Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Hytale. So I'm sure you noticed right away that I look a little bit different today, and there's a really important reason for that. Now, don't worry, I am still wearing all of my armor, but I've decided to dress up like a bit of a farmer or a bit of a ranch hand because I've decided that I want to check out the pre-release version of Hytale, and that involves, well, it's going to involve some animals, and I'm really excited about it. Because we can now walk up to something like a sheep, we can press F to tame it, and we can see this sheep wants some cabbage. We can do the same thing with these baby cows over here and see that they also happen to want some cabbage. So I decided that I need to dress up like a bit of a farmer, like a bit of a ranch hand, and get to work building some kind of enclosure for a bunch of animals. I might build a barn, I might build a stable, I don't know what I'm gonna build, but I want some animals. Now, I should mention there are some other changes in this version of Hytale, and if you're watching this on the day that this video goes out, I'm pretty sure this update comes out tomorrow. So this video is going out on a Monday. The update, I think, is coming out tomorrow on Tuesday, which is going to include this slightly different looking furnace, which I think is kind of neat. We can upgrade this, although I think we could have done this before. I don't remember for sure. I'm also noticing that we don't have a lot of iron ingots right now. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pop downstairs, and that's another change. Ladder controls are slightly better than they used to be. So going up and down ladders is a bit less of a pain. You can also go up them a little bit quicker now. You can go side to side much easier. I can just climb straight up here, and it's still it's still a little tedious to get out of my bedroom, but it is just faster to do this now, and I'm really happy about that. So let's go ahead and put some iron in here. We'll turn this guy on, and we will smelt all of that because we are going to be needing some iron for some of the things that I might want to do today. But before we worry about that, I want to take a look at the farmer's workbench, and I want to make a crude sickle, which is another new thing. This is a new item that has been added to Hytale as a part of this update, and what it lets us do is harvest multiple crops in a single swing, which means I can go to all of this corn, and I should, yes, I can just sort of swing this thing back and forth, harvesting all of this corn much quicker than I otherwise would. I love this. I absolutely love this. This is something we're gonna have to do a little bit more of, is just regular old farming, because obviously we don't have all of the eternal corn seeds in here, although we did just get another eternal corn seed bag, so we'll put that right there. We will have to water some of this, but I'm not gonna worry too much about that right now. I think what I'm gonna worry about is coming over here and just making as many eternal corn seed bags as I can. Let's go 1, 2, 3 of these, and then 1, 2, 3 of these. And I think that's about as many as we're going to get. So we can head up here. We can plant 1, 2, and 3, and we're about a third of the way through this field. We'll get there. It's okay. We will get there, just probably not today, because I don't want to spend today focusing on farming. I want to spend today focusing on ranching. And so here's what I'm thinking. We go into our workbench, we get ourselves something like an iron shovel, which is gonna need some light leather, but that's okay. We do have some light hide in here. So we'll put that into the tanning rack, which we should look into upgrading. That is gonna need some light leather by the looks of it though, so maybe not. I think what we'll do for now is just maybe throw all this leather down into storage a little bit. I don't exactly remember. Apparently leather just goes in there. Okay. We'll put the essence of life in here as well, since that's kind of where it belongs. We can sort this out just a little bit. And I think we can also store some stuff down this way. So the moss, the cyan petals, the green petals, maybe the corn can go in there as well. We'll do plant fibers, and that should be all right. We can sort my inventory just a little bit. And I should probably do something with these dark temple candles and these lost civilization torches, because I keep carrying them around and doing nothing with them. So let's figure out where these are gonna go. Unfortunately, these guys can't go in walls, and neither can these guys. They have to be standing somewhere. So I think my bedroom is about to get a lot more, well, dramatic is what I'm thinking. Let's do, putting it under there. I mean, it's not gonna catch fire. Although fire spread, I think, is now a thing in this version of Hytale. I don't know if it's in adventure mode, but I'm pretty sure it's a thing. I don't think it matters. I don't think, nothing's gonna catch fire off of these candles, but yeah, I'm a little bit wary of that. Anyway, now that we've smelted this light leather, I want to make an iron shovel because this is better for digging out dirt, or it's more effective at digging out dirt when compared to something like a pickaxe. Now, a pickaxe, if we go ahead and test this out a little bit, is going to be 1, 2, well, specifically the thorium pickaxe, whereas the shovel is, it's still a 1, 2. You can see in the top left, the mining speed is 0.5, which means, 2 hits totals up to 1, which breaks the block, but it can hit multiple blocks at a time, which makes this so much more efficient for clearing out spaces like this, which is something we're gonna need to do because I need to figure out how exactly we're building some kind of little enclosure here for just a whole bunch of animals, including you. Yes, I know. I'm excited too. Now, while we're digging out these different blocks and putting down different bits of dirt, I do want to talk about a couple of changes that I've made to the mods that I'm running. You might have noticed that the grass has already started regrowing here, but it is growing slower than it did before. That's because I'm no longer using a mod for grass growth, but instead, it's just in the game now. Grass just grows in Hytale, which I love and I'm really glad is a thing. You might have also noticed that my compass at the top of the screen doesn't have all of my icons on it anymore, which is very sad. And the reason for that is I'm not using the mod that did it. And that also means that I can now see a much wider space on the map because this is the default render range for the Hytale map. But that's okay, because I can now add markers, which I think was the more important aspect of that mod, just by default. It's just a thing now. I can make a map marker. We can say it's this icon. We can make it this color. We'll call it Ruined Fort, which is what that was. And now we have that marker, which is fantastic news. So we have it right there. I can, if I want to, add a marker right here for my house. I don't need to because it's my house, but that would be an option. I love this. I love that some mods are being kind of just brought into Hytale. I think that's fantastic. Anyway, let's get to work on taming some animals. And so that means we need to go into the basement and I need to find out if we have any cabbage whatsoever. And it doesn't look, wait, it's not cabbage I'm looking for. Is it? No, yeah, I think it's cabbage that we're looking for. So I'm gonna have to get my hands on some cabbage seeds, which is totally fine. I think I can get a few of those. I don't know what every animal, it's lettuce that, wait, is it lettuce that we need or is it cabbage? Is it, it's lettuce, right? I don't think cabbage is it. Why did I say cabbage? You know what? It doesn't matter. It's lettuce that we're looking for. I'm gonna get 10 of those. I think that's fine. In fact, I'm gonna get 12 of those because that's divisible by 4, and it means I can do 3 rows of them up there. Now, while we wait for that lettuce to grow, I'm gonna take down these oak trees because we're gonna need a bunch of materials for fences around this new enclosure. We're gonna need a bunch of materials for, I mean, if I decide to build a barn, we're gonna need materials for that. I'm not really too sure what a barn would look like in Hytale. I haven't really decided yet what I would want that to look like, but that's okay. We can improvise. That tower over there was it was almost something entirely different. So I think that's part of the fun of these things. I've always enjoyed that, especially with survival Minecraft years and years ago, almost like 15 years ago for me. It's just that process of like, just seeing where something goes. I love that so much. I love starting with just an idea of I'm gonna build a barn for my animals and then figuring out what it looks like while you're building it, while you're improvising. It's so much fun and I'm so looking forward to this. Anyway, it's starting to get a little bit dark out here, so we'll head back to the house. As you can see in my hotbar, we have an absolute ton of oak and ash logs, which is totally fine. I think what we'll probably end up doing if we do end up building a barn is using materials similar to what we've done here. So I think using the cobblestone for our sort of base layer, using the hardwood planks here, using the oak logs for the corner pillars, I think it's going to look pretty good. And it's good news that I guess we can use the ash here to get these hardwood planks and the roof pieces as well. I'm really, really looking forward to this, but I think what we'll start with is just making an absolute ton of fence pieces here. I'm not really too sure how many of these I'm gonna need, so let's start with something like 100. I think 100 fence pieces should be about enough, and I think honestly, I think it can. Oh, I think it can wait until morning. And there we go. I love coming out that door, looking over here and seeing the sun start to rise. It's such a good view, especially when the music swells and I love it. I love it. I really, really do. Anyway, what I think we'll do for this field is just have it follow a similar little path here to the field on the other side. Now, I don't think I'm gonna go for the exact same size and layout here. We'd have to bring the terrain up a little bit, which I don't really think is necessary for this field. I think we can kind of have it come right down as well, which this field doesn't do. We'll go here. We'll go here. You know what? We'll come right down like this. I think we come right down here. And so there we go. We have this entire thing surrounded. We don't have all of the grass just yet, but honestly, I got a little bit impatient. And so I decided to go ahead and put some gates in here. I decided to put a gate down there as well. There's a gate down there, and there is, of course, a gate over there, so I can get into this space on all sides. But what I'd like to do now is pop in this way, get my hands on a little bit of lettuce, and start to tame some animals. So we have 12 lettuce. If we go down to you, you are interested. I saw that little heart. Oh, look at you. Here you go. Was that it? Are you tame now? I think he is. I think them being tame just means they won't run away, which is fine. I think if I hold this though, yeah, they're gonna follow me. Oh, I love that. Okay, so can I get you to follow me in here? Is that okay, you're on the fence. That's fine. Yeah, that's all right. So you've already had some. We'll tame you as well. So now that these two are tame, they will basically just chill in here. They won't run away from me. I can pet them as well, which makes me so happy. But yeah, they're happy to be here. They are happy to be. I mean, it's a bit of a miserable gray rainy day, but they've had some fresh lettuce. They're in their new enclosure. I would like to go over and just check out these sheep as well. So we have you. We're going to tame you. We have you. We're going to tame. Can I tame you? No. We'll tame the 3 sheep though. Oh, look at those eyes. Look at him. They're a little bit creepy, I'm gonna be honest. But you know what? We have 3 sheep now. So back to this barn thing. I was originally thinking of building the barn into sort of this corner of the field down here, but I don't want to carve away too much of this hill. So I'm actually thinking I might build it up here, which is gonna put it up above the house and sort of block the view of the house from this direction, but it does mean that I could build a dedicated little space on one side of it for something like chickens, and I think that's something I would like to do. So I'm gonna see what I can do here if we start to sort of lay out some rough foundation ideas for this thing. I think we want to do this. I think having maybe 2 blocks in and then our door, and then maybe 2 more blocks. Now, the thing is, if we do the door here, that's totally fine. But there is a type of door. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure that I want to go with this, but I mean, look at these doors, right? 1 block wide, 2 blocks tall. If I go to the furniture workbench, there is here the Earth Temple door, which is 2 blocks wide and like 4 blocks tall. It's very cool, it's very fancy, and it's very barn door looking, but it might just throw the scale of the barn, I don't want to say off, but I think we stick with normal doors. So I think when it comes to the floor inside of the barn, I'm going to use the farmer's workbench to come up with the material. I would love to get some hay bales for decoration, but we could go for some muddy blocks. We could go for some different dirt blocks. We do have gravel and mossy gravel in here though, and I think that's what I'd like to play with. I think that's going to be a little bit more interesting. So let's go ahead and make something like 80 gravel blocks. Let's do something like 20 mossy gravel blocks. And I also want to just check and see if it's possible to get mossy. So we have regular cobblestone, but I don't know that there's necessarily any way to get my hands on mossy cobblestone. I don't even know. I can't remember if mossy cobblestone's a thing. I know it's a Minecraft thing, but I don't for the life of me remember if it's a thing I can get my hands on in Hytale. I know there are different mossy blocks available, but we might have to deal with the fact that I can't get mossy cobblestone. I genuinely do not remember. But what we'll do is start to fill in this floor here, although I'm going to have to... Oh man, I'm going to have to level this off is what I'm going to have to do here. This is kind of the floor layout that I have in mind for this entire thing. I was considering doing some kind of little extra thing on the side here. I think I mentioned about like a chicken coop or something we could do over on the side here. We could still potentially do that. That is still sort of an option because I could put a door here. But this little extension is where I was thinking of doing like a little enclosure for a horse and then a slightly larger one and another enclosure, you know, 3 little horse bays or pens or whatever you want to call them. So that might happen. We might only have 2 and then a space through the middle that leads out to the chickens. I haven't really decided yet, but we'll figure that out is what we'll do. For now though, let's just take out these bits of fence right here. We'll take out sort of all of these guys as well because we can manage to get rid of them. And we're just going to, well, actually I don't have I'm going to have to build it up like this for the time being, just to make sure that the animals don't get out. I don't have enough cobblestone to fill in all this space properly, but that should be okay. We can fill all of this in while we're here, and that now gives us a nice level bed for all of our gravel. So I'm going to do a little bit of mossy gravel over in this corner. We'll do a little bit of mossy gravel in here as well. We'll do a little touch of it, maybe there, there, and there. We can do a little bit sort of coming out of this space. I think that's kind of fun. Just sort of carrying through the middle of this entire area. We can do a little bit over here as well. And now we just need to fill in the rest of this space with an absolute ton of gravel. And I don't know that I have enough, but I'm hoping I've got enough to get an idea of what this is at least going to look like. And you know what? It doesn't look bad. I do like the little touch of moss through here. We do look to be needing maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 27. Let's grab 27. In fact, let's grab 20 more normal gravel blocks and another 10 or maybe 7 of the mossy ones. So we'll go for 20 of those. We'll just grab 10 of those because we might need them later on, and we'll fill in that space, which I happen to think looks pretty cool. I think gravel was the right choice. Now we do need to get our hands on a lot more cobblestone, although I'm thinking that maybe just this front wall and the back wall are going to be entirely cobblestone, and then the sides of the building can be wood, the way I had planned for. So what I think we'll do is go down into my pit, and this isn't going to be the most exciting thing that I've done in a while, but I just need to hit a bunch of rocks and get a bunch of cobblestone. Now, I will admit this thing is a little bit taller than I was kind of wanting it to be, but I do want to go that extra little bit above this door because I have some ideas for detailing I can do on the outside of the door to make it feel a little bit less just like an open hole in the wall, basically. That's kind of my worry with that right now. I'm also thinking I'm going to need to play around a little bit with how I want to do windows on this, because I don't know that I necessarily just want to use regular window blocks for the windows here. So we're going to try and figure something out that might be interesting with that. This is going to end up being a door right here into the field. And then this is going to be something like that, I suppose. Now, what I might do is use stairs to try and make something that's kind of interesting here, or I could use some sideways slabs, which I don't have, and then stairs to get a window that's like in the middle of the two blocks and a little bit just open to the elements. That could be kind of neat. I'm thinking I want to do some stuff with wooden beams in here between the pillars to make this whole thing look a bit more supported. And then for the roof, I kind of want to use two materials. I want to use the orange roof pieces that we've used before, but I would also like to try and use some of the cobblestone roof pieces to get a bit more of a gray roof on this thing, just to see what that ends up looking like. Now, when it comes to this space in here, this might end up being a door as well out to the chickens. These spaces here, we could probably do something kind of interesting with windows or whatever it might be. But I think this area in general will have a bit of a lower roof than the rest of the barn, just for a bit of contrast in the little sort of extension part right there. So I suppose that means that we want to go right up to there and right up to about there. And I think the way we'll do the roof on this is that it will just be these wooden blocks. So we would need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We would need 22 of these shallow roof pieces. And then in theory, I can do something like this, I can do something like this, and I can do something like this. And I don't necessarily hate that, although I do think it should maybe be a little bit lower. And you know, I've also realized it would probably make a lot of sense to bring this builder's workbench with me up to up to the barn, and probably my regular workbench as well. Wait, was that maybe, wait, why did I just break the entire thing? Why did I just get all these materials? You know what? I don't care why I got all these materials. Oh, wait, I got those back. Wait, do I lose the upgrade to that workbench when I dismantle it? Oh no, I might have made a terrible mistake here. Let's put you here. Let me have a look at you. Yeah. So you do get the materials back, which is nice. I guess I'll make the upgrade, and then we'll get the materials back when we move that workbench back down into the house. I realize I don't actually need this workbench. It's only this one that I'm looking for. So you know what? You can go back to the house. Okay, so let's figure out some of the detailing on the inside of this place, just so I can kind of move on from it a little bit. I want to get some hardwood beams, and for those I need 1, 2, how many do I need? Let me get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I guess we need 14 of them. So we'll go ahead and put these guys up here. We will craft 14 of these beams. And then my thinking would be that we sort of put them about that height, just so it looks kind of interesting and it looks like we're kind of tying the building together a little bit. I think that's a very cool use for these guys. I love how many blocks can be rotated and placed sideways. It makes building just so much easier, and that does look pretty cool. I like that a lot. Oh, I do. I actually do like that a lot. So now I guess I need to figure out what the windows on the sides of the barn are going to look like. And my thought process was something a little bit like this for these windows, where they are a little weird looking, but I don't know if that's a good idea, because I don't know if animals can get through there, and that might end up being a little problematic if the animals can happen to squeeze through the windows. But I guess we'll try it out, since this is a little bit different, and it is kind of neat looking, right? It's kind of cool looking. Oh, I don't like that. I'm not much a fan of that. I might. Oh, how would I fix this? How would I fix this? I guess realistically, the simple fix for this would be to just put some proper windows in here. We could maybe take out the top there as well and put some proper windows up there, right below where the roof is going to be, I suppose. I think that's what we'll do. So let me craft up a bunch of windows. I don't need 41 of them. That's a little excessive, but you know what? We've got it now, so we can deal with it. I think some double windows like that'll be fine, which means I can actually go ahead and put a window above where this door is going to be. And I think that'll be pretty cool. And now we need to figure out the roof. Now, what I'd hoped to do with this was use some of the steep hardwood roof pieces and then one of the regular ones and then the shallow ones and then the flat ones to create a roof that's sort of curved up and over. If I sort of demonstrate what I'm thinking here, we'll do it sort of sideways because it's going to be a little bit easier, and I'll use these planks because it's going to be easier to see it against the ground. Basically, if we say that this cobblestone block going that way is my wall, we would have had one of the tall roof pieces, one of these guys, one like this, and then a little slab here, and you can see that kind of like curves around. It would have then went this way, and this way. It sort of creates this nice little curve for the roof of the barn. But I'm not 100% sure that it's gonna look the way I would want it to, because what I actually kind of want is, if we again say that this is the start of the roof with this material, I then want to swap out and use cobblestone for the rest of the roof. And I guess something like this sort of works. We can maybe just do the two. Yeah, we'll try this. So I guess we will just make 30 of these hardwood roof pieces and then 30 of the cobblestone roof pieces. And I'm relatively, oh man. No, I'm gonna need more of these. I'm gonna need more of the regular ones. I need 34 of those for now, because I think the perimeter of the roof is also going to be a different material. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I then need like 30 of these. This might work. But my thinking is that we go here and we start putting this roof across here. I'm hoping it fills in that gap above the windows. I'm pretty sure it does, but we will find out in just a second. So these line this side of things, and then they line down here as well. And the reason, oh, they do fill in that gap. The reason we needed the 34 is because, like I said, we're going to sort of have the cobblestone roof pieces on the inside of this. And just looking at it, man, we might need to go for the steep blocks. I'm not too sure how this is going to look right here. So I've got to be honest, from down here, that thing is really not, it's not great looking. We do need to do some work to get this thing to look a little bit better. The roof, unfortunately, I forgot that these sloped pieces here just create a block underneath them regardless of what I do. So we kind of just have this whole thing going on here, and I don't necessarily love it. But what I'm kind of thinking I might be able to do is just go up there and then do something like this in that space to kind of just fill it in. And I don't necessarily hate that. I think we can kind of get away with a little something that looks like that. I think we can get away with having the logs sort of crossing over the ceiling and filling in that gap. I think it makes it look, oh, that's not where I wanted that to go. I think it makes it look a little bit more supported than it otherwise would be. And that's pretty cool. I think, can I get this block? There we go. Let's put it just there. And yeah, I think that looks neat. I actually do kind of like the bits of wood running through the whole thing. I don't mind the cobblestone up there. It's not as much of an arch on the inside as it sort of is on the outside. And I am going to need to carve away at some of this to put some details up there and some details up there. But this is coming together. It's starting to look the way I would want it to. We are running out of all sorts of different things here, but we can make some gates. We can put a gate here and there, and that's going to be space for one horse. We can do the same over on this side. And I think we'll also go ahead and, even as a temporary thing, I'm just going to put some torches in here to light the place up a little bit. We'll do some torches here and here as well. We'll do some torches here and here, and we'll go for here in here, just so we can actually see a little bit more of what's going on in here. But it's coming together, which is great. That's kind of what we're looking for. I would like to get my hands on some cobblestone stairs, just 2 of them for here and for here, because I think that looks a little bit more interesting than what we had going on before. And then I guess I need to get a bunch more wood, because as much as I like these sand-swept things, they're not necessarily what I'm looking for. Although the shelf looks very cool. The chair looks very cool. Everything about the sand-swept stuff looks really, really cool. But it doesn't really match the overall vibe that we have going on. So we're going to need to throw these into my inventory, and I need to go tear down just a few more trees. Now, it pains me to do this, but I think this tree is going to have to be the one that goes. It's kind of enormous. It is really, really close to my barn, but we will have to make an effort sooner than later to go through and replant all of these trees that we're taking down, because the area is starting to feel a little bit bare. I don't love that. I'd like it to feel alive. I'd like it to feel like there's trees everywhere. I think it's going to make things look that little bit better as well if we don't just have the entire place stripped of all of the plant life that was here before I arrived. So that's going to be really important, just not right now, because I need, oh my God, how many oak blocks just came off this thing? 133 right now. Oh, wow. So that one tree is over 200 oak logs. Over 250 oak logs, and there's still plenty more in the ground as well. 278 oak logs. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount of oak logs right there. So don't mind if I do. Do not mind if I do. Now, how do I want to add more detail to this? I think one thing we could do is make ourselves a couple of cobblestone slabs. I think I want to take out this part, and I want to take out this part, and I'm going to put these slabs just here and right about, that's not a slab, that's the slab we're looking for, right about there. And that gives us, I mean, yeah, the texture's different, but it sort of gives us like a little window into the space that I think looks kind of neat. I think I'm okay with that. In terms of this archway, what I might actually do is take these guys. Really? No, that's not good. We can go ahead and fix up my thorium pickaxe so that I can continue to use it. I'm going to keep that leather with me because I don't think there's any harm in doing that. And then I suppose what I would like to do is make myself just 3 more slabs, or 4 in this case. And we'll do... Well, do I want to do slabs? Because my thinking here was that I might do some posts and then like a little overhang roof thing here. But if I did stairs, or we could do, well, you know what? We can do both, actually. We can keep this here, but then we just put a slab there. This is obviously sort of the wrong way around. So put it there. I think that's fine. I think that sort of works. I want to get my hands on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and then 1, 2, 3, I guess 6 of the 6 of these posts will be enough. What we can do is 1, 2, and 3 of those right about there. And of course we just go across a little something like, not like that. That's going the wrong way. We want it to go that, nope. That's still not right. It's still not what I'm looking for. Can I put it this way? Nope, that's still not right. It's gonna go there, 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 and there. And that starts to just give us a bit of a front to this thing that we otherwise wouldn't have. And I think that's doing a lot of heavy lifting in making this thing look a little bit less terrible. I might go even further, take out these bottom parts and do something like that, which I kind of like. I think that looks okay. I'm also thinking I might try and put some, if we can just climb up here, some trap doors on these spots here to kind of hide the fact that the pillars don't go the entire way up. And we can imagine that maybe, I don't know, maybe we hang things from those trap doors so that they're nicely suspended above everything. I think that's kind of a cool idea to just hide some crimes around here. We're gonna need some more trapdoors. Actually, that one's not. That's not where you need to go. That is not. That's not how that works. There we go. So we need how many more? 1, 2, just 2 more. That's easy enough to do. So we'll grab ourselves 1 and 2 trapdoors. One can go right about there, and the other one can go right about there. And I think that helps to hide things a little bit. I want to say that these torches are going to come down though, just because I don't necessarily love them up there. I would like to find some lanterns to put up above. I think that would look a little bit better. But yeah, those trapdoors are doing wonderful things for us. In fact, I'm kind of wondering if I should put some outside as well. I'd like to get some details on the outside of the building. I think that would be really, really cool to do. I just don't know what those details would necessarily be just yet. But I think it's a little bit flat, you know? It's a little flat looking. Although I suppose we could try putting more of these trapdoors around the various corners of the building. Again, it sort of gives it a kind of utility looking thing. Like we could, again, hang from, whatever from the trapdoors. I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to try putting them here as well, just to hide these logs. Not that I mind the logs being there. I just think it looks kind of neat and it adds a little bit of consistency to the building. It's going to be a little tricky though, I think, to get to that corner of the building. So I might need to do a little bit of climbing here. And then I'm hoping I can do that and the same thing on this side. I'm going to put them above all of the pillars. So here as well, I think I can go right there. And does that look okay from a distance? It does, actually. Again, I think it adds a nice bit of detail to the building. And I think that's pretty cool. We're getting somewhere with this. I don't know where we're getting with this, but we're getting somewhere. Okay, so it is once again morning in Hytale. We get this beautiful sunrise as we always do, but we also get to look up towards what I now consider to be a mostly finished barn. It could probably use a little bit more detail and a little bit more work, but we have the hill rebuilt. We have the fence adjusted to go up to the side of the barn right here. I am so pleased with this. I really, really am. I might mess around with some gravel just outside here because I can. I do want to bring my basalt cobble path up here and around a little bit because I think that'll look great. But we also have space back here for some chickens, which means we need to go out and get chickens. I'm not really too sure where to find chickens. I know we did see a baby chicken in that direction, but I also, since we happen to have some space in here, I want to get some horses. So before I went to bed, I planted some carrots, which have unfortunately only grown to about 30% here. Not really too sure how long it's going to take for those to grow. So I think what we do is maybe, I don't remember if I can just, I don't think I can buy crops, right? I think this is, yeah, this is making different essences of life rather than making the crop. So that doesn't necessarily work out the way I would want it to. I do really want to get some wheat though, and some rope so I can make these hay bales. Probably not going to be a today kind of thing. That's more of a detailing kind of thing, but we will absolutely get around to doing that. I would also love to get some ash saplings, and I want to get some oak saplings, and I want to replant all of the trees that I've pulled down in this area. I think some ash trees and some oak trees on the far side of the chicken coop would be kind of amazing to make this place feel a little bit more, I don't know, alive is what I'm thinking. I think a tree right down here would be really cool as well. So we're going to have a lot of work to do with this space. But I think for now, let's go and see if we can find a chicken. These guys are going to take a little while to grow. So I'm not going to stand around and wait for them to grow. I'm going to find myself a chicken, and hopefully multiple chickens, and hopefully not a baby chicken. That's, I mean, they're adorable, but I want a full-grown chicken so I can get some eggs. That's what the chicken coop is for, which is made, by the way, at the farmer's workbench. That's where I got that thing. It's made at the farmer's workbench. Oh, this has been agonizingly tedious, but we're so close to getting you three into your new enclosure. It's gonna be fantastic. Now, I should mention, I have basically no use for eggs whatsoever. I'm not remotely interested in making bread, which I think in this version of Hytale no longer needs a bucket of water. I think you can use like a tankard or something like that, but I'm probably still not going to bother. I'm gonna pet them though, just to keep them nice and happy. Probably still not gonna bother making bread just yet, unless it's way better now, which is actually a possibility that we should probably check out. But I just want the animals. I do, in the same way that I don't really know if I'm ever gonna ride a horse. I kind of just want the animals. I want a little farm. I want the place to feel active and alive and exciting. So this is now made with dough. That's always been the way it is. Yeah, a tankard with water, some eggs, and some flour. Now that's kind of cool, actually. Now to make a tankard, I have no idea where I get right there. So let's make a tankard, I guess. And then if I go over here, yeah, so you fill this thing up, I guess, the same way. Oh, I can drink it. That's interesting. Does it? Oh, it gives me a little bit of health. Okay. So yeah, I can fill this with water. I can go in here, I guess, and make flour, of which I'm going to need how much for dough? 1? Okay. We can do that. We'll make, actually, what does bread even do? It just instantly restores health. So it's an instant health restore, whereas some of the skewers that I have give me health regen over 2.5 minutes. So bread just really isn't worth it, is what I'm discovering here. It's just really, really not worth it. I mean, we can make it. I just don't know that I really see a point in making it. So that might be something we want to consider, but I think for now we'll just drink this water that we have. We'll stay hydrated because that's important. And I want to take a little bit of a look in here because I want to get myself just a bunch of oak saplings. I want to start replanting some of the trees. We can use that wheat that we have for hay bales instead. I don't know where or how we make rope. Haven't really figured that one out yet. I'm sure it's at one of these crafting benches around here, but for the life of me, I don't know which one. I genuinely don't. It doesn't seem to be in here. Oh, we should make some targets as well. That could be really cool. I also need a backpack. This is something I've seen a bunch of comments talking about, the fact that if I get a backpack, it lets me expand my inventory. I need to remember to do that. In fact, we can I smelt with these? No, that's unfortunate. Okay, we'll throw those in there. We'll get some iron while I'm looking around here for rope. Because again, I've got no idea. We should also do the thorium short bow. You know what? Given that we have a decent amount of thorium, I'm actually going to make this. I'm going to need arrows for it, which we have plenty of materials for. So we'll craft up a whole bunch of these as well, which now gives me 40 arrows. Give me, I don't know, like 120 arrows. Seems pretty good. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I had to look this up, but rope is actually made from plant fiber in a builder's workbench. So let's see how much we're going to need here for these hay bales. Looking at this, we need, I guess we can make 5 bits of rope and 5 hay bales. That seems fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. We can head out this way and make all of this, which is going to give me a decent little stack of hay bales, which is great. We'll make 4 of them, actually, which is totally fine. But I think these will be good. I think we can just sort of place these in the barn as like a little decorative thing for the time being. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. I'm leaving that gap in the corner just because it's a bit of a waste, and we'll do one there for now. They don't really look like hay bales, I've got to be honest, but it fills up the barn, and that's better than not filling up the barn. Oh, my carrots are ready. Okay, let me grab all of these. That's going to give me some more essence of life, which is good because I can now go and plant more trees as well. We also have all of this, which I've got to be honest, I don't know how much faster the sickle scythe thing. I mean, it's faster, but I don't know if it's that much faster. Anyway, I decided I would head out for one more adventure here today to see if I can get my hands on a horse. And I happened to find these two who I really wish I had brought some lettuce for, because having some proper cows would be kind of fantastic. We're going to have to keep in mind that they are up here and that I can come and get them at some point. But I think I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes looking. Did I just see a chicken? I think I just saw another chicken just over there. It might have been that white thing right there, but I think it might have been that flower. I think, oh no, it's over there. There's a chicken over there. I'm not going to go for it because I don't really want to lead a chicken back home again. That took forever, but it's good to know that there are more of them out here just in case I happen to ever need them, or if like if a fox ever happens to get into my chicken coop, which now that I've said that out loud, I hadn't really considered that as a thing, but yeah, I guess that could maybe happen, and that would be kind of a pain, but here's hoping it doesn't. So I've been looking for some horses for a while, and my house is just over there. I was just about to give up when I happened to notice just a couple little horses chilling right here, which is just, I mean, amazing for one, but annoying for two, because they've been here the entire time. So I kind of need you to not run away from it. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come. No. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to get all of them. I'm bringing the little family with me. So you can come here as well. And then the baby, you, little one, you can come with me as well. So we're going to bring all three of you back to the house. And yeah, we can absolutely do this, which is just fantastic. This is exactly what, are they going to follow me? They totally are. I don't know. Oh, the little one, are you sleeping? Hey, no, this is not, this is not time for that. I know he's comfortable and all, and he's quite adorable, but I kind of need him to, I'm gonna have to come back for him. Okay, I'm not waiting around here in the dark. That's not happening. Absolutely not. I guess what we can do is just go ahead and go to bed, and then head back out, go across the water and get this horse, which is one of mine. So we'll grab you, we're gonna ride you back over this way and hope that the little baby horse is still over here. It absolutely is. There's a wolf over there, which is slightly problematic, but there's the baby. We're gonna bring you back to the barn because one of the horses happens to already be there. And I'm kind of feeling like they don't want to cross the water, which is not ideal. We're gonna have to figure something out for the little horse because I can't ride that one across the water. We'll go back for him. I might have to craft one of those one of those things I was talking about, one of the crates that I was talking about at the farmer's. How did you get out? I did. Wait, why can't you get in the door? I was able to get the other one in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's apparently how we can do that. I only need one of you. Can I like? No, this is gonna be this is gonna be tricky. Oh, okay, you're apparently sitting down. That's good. All right, so if I close this, I don't know if that horse is technically inside the pen or not. That's gonna be a no. Okay. I might not have left myself enough space here. Is what I'm thinking. There's a distinct possibility. If I, oh, that was horrifying. Can I get you to back up? There we go. You've got to be inside there now, right? You can't get out. I think we got it. Okay, okay, I don't need you to be resting right now. That's not helpful. As for the little one, I guess we just hope that I can make one of these crates. Now, what am I looking for? This thing, the capture crate. So if I make a capture crate, where'd that baby horse go? Oh no. Oh no. This is gonna be a whole thing, isn't it? I really hope he's not gone too far. I want the baby horse. I'm gonna put it in the field with the rest of the animals, but I've got no idea where it's gone. And there was a wolf roaming around nearby, so that could be a little dangerous. There's like, I think that's a wolf. There he is. That's risky. What are you doing? No, you're not going over there. Come here. Come here. Come here. Can I grab you? Yes, I can. Okay. You are going to be living just in here. There we go. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. All right. Is the other horse up on its feet? Where did it go? You, come here. Over this way. Come on. Over this way. You're gonna go in here is what you're gonna do. I'd like you to just follow me right into the pen. I'm gonna put that away. And then I need you to back up. I need you to back it up a little bit. Back it up. Come on. No, back that. There you go. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. I mean, it's a bit, whoa, you're not happy. What's wrong with you? I guess, I don't know. Maybe you don't like your enclosure, which is fair enough, but because of the way I've done these doors, I can't exactly let them out. So, oh, this is great. We've got a barn. We've got a barn. You know what? Just because you two are grumpy, I'm eating a carrot in front of you. There you go. What do you think of that? That'll teach you. Okay, so I think it is fair to say that we've managed to do everything that I set out to do today. We have a barn, we have a chicken coop, we have space for animals, we tamed animals, we got some horses, some cows, some sheep, and some chickens, and I am so happy with what we've managed to build. I mean, to be fair, it is sort of just a bit of a box that we have, but I think it looks kind of like a barn. I think it does the job. We've got the horses in there. We have all the animals in this field, or the chicken coop as well. I am so happy with this. I think it looks great. And so that is going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.